Chase Leak with the blue futon, out of the box, out of the wall, whatever you want to call it, we have The Night House. Have I seen this movie? Absolutely not. Dang it, that was a close one, guys. But The Night House. Should Rebecca Hall stay in this house? Is there more than one house? Is it a day house, night house? Let's find out. The Night House, what's it about? It's a very simple premise, actually. Rebecca Hall and a house. Her husband, boom, commits suicide. Out of nowhere. Why did he commit suicide? Why is there another house? What is this about reverse psychology of the houses and symmetrical shapes? Let's find out. So did I like this movie? I thought it was a very unique and interesting take on a horror movie. This does have some great jump scares, which you're like, oh shit, didn't see that coming. And I actually enjoyed that. As a movie as a whole, I enjoyed it. So let's go with the negatives first. It has a third act. The build up to get to the third act, it is so strong. You're like, what's happening next? What's happening next? Oh, 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 oh. And then all of a sudden it kind of happens. You're like, oh, okay, I can kind of see that, what is actually occurring. But I kind of wish it dove a little bit more deeper into what this entity is, the reasoning for the reverse psychology, as well as, is it real? Is it real? So that could be some confusingness of what people could think. I do think this is a real thing about what she has seen and what this entity is. I do think it's like an evil force kind of presence, kind of a possession / demon type of thing at the very end. That's just my interpretation. And I think that's really the only main fault with it is the third act of what are you going to get from it. And I kind of wanted to also get a little bit more of like the cops at the end, if anything is going to happen or if anything is there. But it's also the point of the story, how it was written, is kind of forget the past. Don't bring up stuff when a person's already dead. What good will that come to? So I understand that, because the whole point of that is if she would have just said, okay, Owen's dead. There's nothing I can do about it. He committed suicide. I don't kind of care, even though you kind of want to care of why they committed suicide. But the friend kept saying, why go through the phone? Why dig the past? Know the Owen you know. And if you just keep that, you're not going to open these dark holes, these floorboards and stuff like that to see what is really happening. And like I said, I do wish it kind of dove deeper into this reverse psychology of building a house, vice versa, confusing this demon / possessed entity of what is actually possessing. What is this demon? Where did it come from? Like, it can't just come from thin air. Well, maybe it can come from thin air, or it comes from hell or something like that. So explaining that, I would have enjoyed it a little bit more, but I understand why they kept it open for interpretation for a whole. Every time you see Rebecca Hall on the screen, you're going to enjoy it. She always gives 110% for any type of movie she is in. I do think the directing is strong. The atmospheric look of it is extremely strong. I love how at the very end, though, even though I don't like the third act of where it was going, I did enjoy the house turning into people's faces and the right angles and the symmetric geometry they were trying to do. I really enjoyed that part of it. But The Night House is something unique and different. Unfortunately, movies like this, when they get made, they don't really make a lot of movie money in the theaters. This, Malignant, stuff like that, the more interesting, unique ones aren't really well received in the box office. Sorry about that. But of course, when you have these repeat franchises like Halloween and stuff like that, that will do extremely well in the box office. So overall, it's a unique, fun movie, but the third act for me kind of goes off the rails, and I kind of want a little bit more with the writing. But I enjoyed the atmosphere, the look, and the actual just presence this film brings, because this new haunted house-esque type of thing and confusing what this person is, I thought was an interesting and strong twist of a move, and I just was hoping that part goes a little bit stronger. But even that's kind of, this isn't like a negative review the more I think about it, but I think that's a positive for a movie, because if I am so invested in the negatives of me wanting more from the movie, that means I actually got something from the movie. Because you could say, yeah, the acting sucks, the directing sucks, it can't do anything better. But with this, the acting's great, the directing's great, but it's the third act of the story where you're like, oh, what can it be? What can it be? So the more you talk about the negatives of a movie like this, I think it's actually more of a positive because you could just say, like I said, editing sucks, cinematography sucks, and you could be like, okay, then the movie just sucks. But here, you're disappointed or you want more, makes you think of a movie, and it makes you just dig deeper, in my opinion, of it's just more layers when you think about it. It's all about the layers thing. It ain't a basic, this sucks, this sucks. It's more like, oh, this layer digs into this layer and this layer. And I might not like this layer, but I enjoyed this layer. So you'll get these different layers in the movie, and that's what The Night House is. It is a layer-esque movie that I completely enjoyed, and I wish there's like one or two more layers that I would just be like, and that would have been perfect. But The Night House will receive a 4 out of 5 Futons, which equals at 80%. So see the correct scores gave this one. Guys, I've been holding that yawn for about 5 minutes. I wanted to get through that review so strong, and I did it. So you have 87% with the critics, and there is 204 of them. I'm actually impressed there's that many for this movie. Audience score, we have a 69% with 250. Here's critic consensus. Led by Rebecca Hall's gripping central performance, The Night House offers atmospheric horror that engages intellectually as well as emotionally. Here's what the audience has to say. The story's a bit slow and confusing right up to the ending that leaves some disappointed, but Rebecca Hall is terrific, and there are some truly tense and scary moments. Yes. So with that, there's a scene where like these women are just running back and forth. They're just running in all directions, and Rebecca Hall is going through the night like, oh, what's this? And there's one that like comes right next to her, and you're just like, oh shit, get the fist out. Get the fist out. I'm about to punch something. So there you go. 87, 80, 69. Chase the hockey with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of Blue Futontopia. Your Blue Futonians. Thanks for watching and have a great day. Peace and love. Peace and love. But that house, though, is a pretty bomb-ass house.